or is it money? I said both. Who say you can't love God and get money? Hey, yeah. I was just doing the scene. Now I am right on your screen. Sitting right next to my queen. She is the girl that I need. She called me Adam Levine. Loved her since I was 19. Finna keep our life clean. Got it, money, our routine. Hey, I was just new on the scene. Now I am right on your screen. Sitting right next to my queen. She is the girl that I need. She called me Adam Levine. Loved her since I was 19. Finna keep our life clean. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, I said. None of this talk is all favor. She wanna chill, I said later. Told her I'd never betray her. Spending time with my creator. Gotta get this out on paper. Stick to my faith, I don't waver. They calling me a crusader. All this cheese.
Yo, what up, Beaches?
I just don't want to be
yo.
I'm a prime with no package. What
it's your boy, Beachy McBeacherson.
Giving but don't know what happened. I cannot believe in balance. Tripping all over these talents. Shout to my homies in Dallas. Stacking this money on palace. I might just call me a
What up?
I might just call me a being a king is a challenge. Bearing this fruit like I'm Adam. The future I cannot fathom. She think I'm funny.
What's good, fam? What's a good word, Beaches?
That's why I wrote me
what up, my bitch?
That's why I wrote me an album. One of these.
Thank you, Golden. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was a great episode. If you guys missed 1012, make sure you go and check that one out.
Go find your soul in the lost fight. This is a holy ground and got the whole city like a high up, but ain't a single pound. I said I was just doing the scene. Now I am right on your screen. Sitting right next to my queen. She is the girl that I need. She called me Adam Levine. Loved her since I was 19. Finna keep our life clean. Got it, money, our routine. Hey, I was just new on the scene. Now I am right on your screen. Sitting right next to my queen. She is the girl that I need. She called me Adam Levine. Loved her since I was 19. Finna keep our life clean. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, I said.
Papa Swole, bring that beach game strong. Yeah. Swole. Pinch your nips. Yeah. Pinch those nips.
They said.
Make sure you guys go check out that brand new YouTube drop. New YouTube dropped a little while ago. If you're missing it, you're missing out.
Who say you can't love
Ooh, I like that. If you're missing it, you're missing out. True story there. True story.
I was just doing the scene. Now I am right on your screen. Sitting right next to my queen. She is the girl that I need. She called me Adam Levine. Loved her since I was 19.
Yep.
Finna keep our life clean.
We're about to get started. Make sure you get those alerts in here, fam.
I am right on your screen.
We're about to jump into it.
She is the girl that I need.
We are about to go. We're about to rage.
Finna keep our life clean. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, our routine. Got it, money, I said. None of this talk is all favor. She wanna chill, I said later.
Beesh.
Told her I never betray her.
What up?
Spending time with my creator.
Boosh.
Gotta get this out on paper.
Beesh.
Stick to my faith, I don't waver.
Boosh.
They calling me a crusader. All this shit no greater. Hey, I just don't want to be average.
Are
I'm
you a
a prime with no package. What is the point with no haters? Temptation always a challenge. Giving but don't know what happened. I cannot believe in balance. Tripping all over these talents. Shout to my homies in Dallas.
All right, fam. Shall we dance? Here we go.
I might just call me a being a king is a challenge.
Let's do it.
Bearing this.
Pouring coffee in my cup. Pouring
The
coffee
sun is
in my
shining.
cup.
The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Oh yeah. Testing. Test. Testing. Is this mic on? Testing. Testicles. Testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1012 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, slaycast, taintcast, Tuesdaycast, fucking hungrycast, haircast, beardcast, what up Instagram and Facebook cast. What's going on, everyone? What's up, beaches? What's up, booshes? What's up, bustas, hustlers, hoes? Am I missing anyone? Twats, peepees, cocks, cunts, everything. If it's your first time to the podcast, I know. Why is he just listing off every swear he could possibly think of? 1, I can. 2, I like it. 3, I think it's funny. And 4, I've had a lot of caffeine and it's only 12 noon Eastern time. And this is just getting started. Hello, what's going on, Instagram? So we're live right now, everyone, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, anywhere that you can type in at Swolenormous, you're going to find Daddy. You're going to find Papa Swole. Welcome to everyone that might be tuning in for the first time. If it's a virgin Swole, if I'm popping your Swole cherry, make sure you drop in the comments and be like, it's my first time. Don't worry, it's only the tip. Just kidding. Right to the taint. You guys know I go balls deep. I don't even wait. I don't even spit on it. We just go right in. This episode is 1012 and it's titled It's Good to Be Hungry. And this is going to be an important episode because there was a great post in the private Facebook group. So those of you that are members of Swolenormous X, this is one comment that I had. And this is where I get a lot of my content from because you all know that I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of things up in my fucking brain piece. And that's one of the reasons why I have this beard is it keeps the thoughts in so they don't just vomit out all the time. So I have a lot of ideas and I have a lot of things and I have a lot of different ways I want to bring them to your attention. And a lot of times it's just one sentence, it's one comment, it's just one thing that is said or that I see that can bring around an entire episode of a podcast. And this was one of those such comments. And I forget the exact context, but I do remember. Someone was sharing a picture of protein bars in the group. So those of you that are Swolenormous X members, you know that what the post I'm talking about. If you don't, it's in the Swolenormous X live group. And you can go check that out. And someone was posting, hey, what do you think of these protein bars? And there's some that are good. There are some that might be made with real food, like the Epic bars, right? They're made with grass-fed beef or bison, but they're still bars, right? And it's not the fact that there could be some good bars out there, and most of them are fucking dog shit. If it comes in a square and it comes in a package and it stays good for a long period of time, chances are it's absolute fucking dog shit and you shouldn't eat it. And it might actually have dog shit in it. You don't know. Most people have poop on their hands. Most doorknobs and shit, there's poop everywhere. There's so much poop in this world. There's just poop everywhere. You could just point to something and be like, there's fucking poop on that. And chances are there's going to be poop on it. And everyone poops. Everything in this world poops. Even little bugs poop. Everything poops. Okay, so just think about that. There's so much fucking poop everywhere. Now that you know that, now that I just learned you about shit, we're actually going to get into the nitty gritty. The whole point of me saying that it's good to be hungry is it's better off. And I just posted a picture on Facebook and Instagram saying that your new diet plan is to shut your fucking mouth. Your new diet plan is to shut your fucking mouth. So this goes right in line with that. It is so good to be hungry. Not enough people go hungry in this country. The reason why everyone is so fucking fat, the reason why everyone is so sick, the reason why everyone is getting closer and closer to their imminent demise is because they don't stop fucking eating. Now, I always talk about the quality of the food. If you eat the right shit, you don't have to count shit. And that is largely true. However, you still don't want to eat excess of the right shit. I know some of you are trying to bulk, and there's some instances where, okay, it's acceptable to eat an excess, to bulk up, to build muscle. If you're training hard, if you're a competitive athlete, you're using a lot of calories, you can eat more. That's understandable. However, for the vast majority, if you're eating the right shit, you are going to fill up faster. It's going to help rebalance your hormones. You're not going to want to overeat. You're eating the same thing or very consistently. You might still be eating a wide variety of nutrients, but you're eating very consistently. So what's going to happen is you'll get bored with your food more often. And I also want to talk about food boredom because that's important. I think it's important to get bored with your food. And all these stimulating, exciting recipes and all this different variety is actually a negative because it gets you, it tricks you into eating more. And that's not how we've evolved. We're not designed to get a ton of variety. We're designed to get a lot of nutrients, the nutrients we need, and eat a certain style of food based on our location, our geological location. We eat according to what's in season, what's not in season, and so forth. And when it comes to having bars, everyone's looking for, okay, well, I need a snack. You've heard me talk about snacks a lot. Usually on the Q&A, people are always asking me, what do I eat for snacks? What should I have for snacks? And I don't like snacks. If you're hungry, eat food. But more often than not, you shouldn't be eating food. You should be shutting your fucking mouth. And this is not going to give anyone an eating disorder. Chances are you already fucking have an eating disorder. You eat too fucking much. You eat too goddamn much. You don't close your fucking mouth. You just keep it open. You just keep on swallowing dirty fucking dicks all day. And then your just stomach is full of fucking dirty fucking dick cum. That's very graphic. That's gross, but it's true. What do you think high fructose corn syrup is? It's pretty much just corn jizz. That's literally what it is. You might as well think of it as that. I know, I'm off the fucking radar today. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off how everyone needs a snack. Everyone needs a fucking thing to nibble on. No, you have to stop fucking eating. Most people have to stop fucking eating. It's not going to give you an eating disorder. Oh, you're going to be anorexic. No, you're not. You're going to actually lose weight because you don't close your fucking mouth and you keep on shoving it in. Now, closing your mouth, check this out. Now, closing your mouth is actually considered a new way of eating. It's called intermittent fasting, just like Alan and I talked about yesterday, aka skipping fucking breakfast. That is intermittent fasting. Welcome, everyone. We just created a brand new way of eating called intermittent fasting. In other words, not eating for a couple more hours. All right. It's a good thing to not eat. You're supposed to fast. You're supposed to not have food. You're one, supposed to not have food. And two, when you don't have food, you're supposed to be expending a lot of energy because you're hunting and gathering more food. That's how we evolved. So when you ask the question, is it okay to work out on an empty stomach? Yes. And it's actually the way your body is designed because in the wild, you're going to be hungry while you're hunting. You're going to be sitting in a tree or hiding or walking or fishing, doing something to get food because you don't have food, because you're hungry. And you might go hours and hours or maybe even days without getting any or getting enough. So you're in a very calorie restricted or a fasted state. And then when you finally kill a buffalo, you're going to eat and you're going to gorge. And that's more of a fast. But that's not an intentional fast. That's you don't have a supermarket. You don't have a Walmart down the street. So we have way too much access to food. So instead of just telling people, it's kind of harder saying, stop eating. Okay. Well, if you tell someone, and if I tell you just stop fucking eating, but you're not eating the right foods and your hormones and everything isn't balanced properly, or you're not getting the right macronutrients in, you're not getting the right ratios, you're not eating enough fats, you're not going to be satisfied enough, you're eating too much protein, you're eating too low carbs, you're eating low fat, you're going to be hungry all the fucking time, you're going to fall off that. If you're eating the right foods, then you can move into eating less. I really do believe that it's important to eat the right foods first because you'll be more satisfied. It's not hard to go without food when you're eating a high-fat diet. I'm not saying you have to be in ketosis, but if you're eating a high-fat diet and that's acceptable to your body and you're adapted to it, that is something that will last you all fucking day. How many of you in the comments right now eat a high-fat diet? It's okay if you don't measure it, but you eat a lot of fat. You're not shy from fat. You're eating grass-fed beef. You're eating avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, just listing off different types, grass-fed butter. You're eating a lot of fats, and you're eating a lot of quality fats. Yeah, exactly. When you mean go hunt, when you go to the gym, go hunt. Well, that's exactly what going to the gym is. That's what that's what simulates a hunt. When you go to the gym and and I'm not saying you have to go to the gym on an empty stomach. Some people just don't perform well on an empty stomach. Fine, but you can have something small. But what I mean is you're not engorging yourself all day or immediately before your workout. Maybe you like breakfast, okay? What if you have breakfast? You can do different types of fasting, but it's very good to go without food or a caloric restriction. You know, there's a lot of good shit about not eating as much. It doesn't have to be zero food. It can just be very low quantity amount of food for an extended period of time, for a couple days, low restriction. However, if your body is adapted to processing fats, to being in a fat adapted state, it's going to use those fat stores more readily during that period. You're not going to you might feel hungry after a while, but those of you that are in a high fat diet or you consume more fats than the average person, you're not shy with fats, you are going to be able to go a long time without eating, without feeling those kind of hunger pains. When you're getting hangry, those of you that get hangry, that rage, oh, I'm hungry and I'm all cranky, that's usually because you're carbohydrate dominant in your diet. You're eating so many carbs. So when your sugar drops and you come down off that insulin roller coaster, you fucking bomb. You bomb, you hit rock bottom, and you are hangry as fuck. And you need to eat, otherwise you can't function. You're cranky, you're exhausted, you have that grumbling in your stomach, you feel nauseous, you're hypoglycemic, you get that fucking dip when you are depending on carbohydrates. I eat a ton of fucking fat. I am certainly not in ketosis. I don't try to be, but either I'm not eating or I'm eating food that is high in fat. I love my fiber, get my veggies, and I get my quality proteins. I skew my consumption and I just play around with the carbohydrates. If I feel like I need some more carbs, I'll add another sweet potato, or I don't have a sweet potato some days, or I'll have 2 sweet potatoes on other days. I go by how my muscles feel, if I feel pumped, if I feel swollen, if I feel good, because you need carbohydrates. If you're lifting a lot of weights, you're doing intense weight training, you got to have your carbs. In my opinion, from my experience, I need my carbs. I tried going without, I tried going really low. I just feel like I'm wasting away. I feel weak. It doesn't work for me. I've done ketosis. It's not my bag, full blown. But you can go in and out. And that's the misconception with ketosis. It's not that you're never in. You're going to use fats. You're always using fats. You're always using carbs. And you're always using proteins for energy. It's just the percentage and what your body has adapted and will dominantly use at any given time. When you're at a low intensity right now, when I'm sitting down, my body, the priority is to get the most energy bang for its buck. My body is utilizing through oxidative processes fats, and it's breaking down and utilizing fats for energy essentially. I'm not using a large quantity of energy because I'm sitting on my fucking ass. Although I'm making sick fucking gains, I'm still growing. But right now I'm not using a large quantity of energy. But that percentage, the percentage of the energy that I'm using is mostly, if not all, from fat. When I go exercise, I'm going to be using glycogen. I'm going to be using muscle glycogen. I'm going to be using glycogen or glucose from the liver. My liver will break down glycogen and release glucose into the bloodstream, and it'll help me perform, localize in the muscles and so forth. And it's important to realize that the body doesn't do anything just one at a time. Just because you're exercising doesn't mean other processes in the body don't exist. Doesn't mean other things aren't happening. It's just the focus is getting blood to the muscles. The focus is the exercise. The focus is the task at hand. But your body still has blood everywhere. It still has liquid everywhere and water everywhere. Your body is always doing everything all the time. There's just different times of the day, whether you're awake, whether you're sleeping, whether you're eating, whether you're exercising, whether you're running, whether you're lifting, that it will prioritize certain energy pathways, and it'll prioritize certain things and certain activities and certain whatever in the body. Your body is always doing shit. And the beauty of the body is that you don't have to know how these things work. That's a big problem with the internet. And we talked about this yesterday in the podcast. Again, if you missed the podcast with myself and Alan Roberts from Every Damn Day Fitness, make sure you go and listen to episode 1011, yesterday's episode. It was fire. And we were discussing, as I always discuss, and he does on his channels and podcasts, that the industry, in the fitness industry, complicates things. Because if it's complicated, if the fitness industry is complicated, if I tell you all that it's so complicated, you got to weigh this, you got to fucking weigh that, you got to measure this, you got to put this here, you got to do this on this day. No, you have to do this in the morning. You can't do this in the evening. If you don't do it in the morning, it has to be in the morning. And then you do this an hour later. And then right after you take 2 pills of this, and then you take 5 grams of this, and then you do this. And it's very complicated. It's very detailed. Man, all those steps, you could really write a whole plan, right? You need a whole fucking plan to set up. You need a whole thing to do. You need it scheduled out. You need it mapped out. You need a fucking one of those sextants. You need to look like fucking Columbus out there, navigating the seas and the Vikings. You need a fucking sunstone to navigate your fitness plan. No, it's very simple. However, if a marketer or a coach, we know coaches that don't know shit, right? Does anyone here know any fitness coaches that don't deliver what they should deliver? I don't know. Who are you talking about? Anyway, there are many out there that complicate fitness. complicate fitness in order to sell you a solution. Because that's what a business is. That's what a business is. That's what a product is. When you have a business, I don't care what it is, your product, whether it's digital, whether it's physical, it's a solution to a problem. Okay? That's what a product is. It's a solution to a problem. You have a problem with your nutrition, a diet plan is supposed to solve that problem. You have a problem with exercise, well, an exercise program will solve that problem. You need something to cover your feet, well, this footwear will solve that problem. So that's what it does. That's what a business does. And if there's no problem really to solve, if it's, eat the right food and move more, shit. Well, it's kind of hard to sell something for that. It's hard to sell a lifestyle. Yeah, but you have to ignore all those signs and all those smells that are pumped out through the vents on every corner. When you go to the gas station, all those bright colors. When you go to the supermarket, all those brown cookies and brown cereals and all that fucking corn and wheat and all that shit that's in those boxes that has bright yellow colors to look like fruit and attract your eye, and 2 for $1 and all these specials. And it's so much cheaper because it's subsidized by the government and they're paying for fucking corn. And it's just corn, just rows of corn on every fucking aisle. That makes it seem complicated. It makes it seem complicated. It makes it seem like you need so much help. It makes it seem like, where could I find the answer? How can I do this? How can I fucking wade through all this? You just ignore it. You just ignore it. It's not real food. It's not real fucking food. I don't know how to get it across any differently. It's not real fucking food. What part of like this kibble in a box, Chex Mix and all this garbage, trail mix, what part of this shit in bags, you put sugar and fucking chocolate and garbage and milk and corn syrup, what part of that consists of food? Zero, nothing. It's not food. Can you eat it and not die? Sure, you can eat it and not die today, unless you choke on it. However, what do you think is killing people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s? Where do you think diabetes comes from? Diabetes doesn't come from sweet potatoes. Not one person in history has ever gotten diabetes from a sweet potato. Not happening. Stay away from meat. Red meat's bad. All this stuff is bad. Not if it's fucking 100% grass-fed. Not if you're eating quality meat. Well, not if you're eating quality foods. And yeah, we have 400 million people. It's hard to get a lot of quality food. So it's easier to pump cows full of grain, fatten them up, and ship them out because you can make it so people can buy them. The corn is subsidized, so you get a kickback, so you can sell meat for cheaper, and you can feed 400 million people. We love to knock this, right? And I'm not talking that, I'm not saying the food industry is good. It's a fucking mess. And I'm not saying that the animals treatment, so before you get on your high horse and like, well, the treatment of animals is unethical and all. Yeah, no shit, it's a mess. But you try feeding 400 million people. If everyone would stop fucking, we wouldn't have as many people to feed and we can focus more on quality. However, there are already so many people that don't have food. You want to have less food? How do you think that's going to fare? You're probably the same person that thinks you should ban guns. What do you think is going to happen when there's no food? Yeah, you're going to wish you had some fucking guns. So before we get off topic and get really political, everyone has this ideal world in this fucking bubble that they live in without realizing that we are living in a society that is teetering on the edge of absolute fucking disaster every day. All there has to be, right? You've heard the shit about the bees. If we miss the bees, all of a sudden we're all fucking dead. Like there's a delicate balance in nature and we're just plowing through shit because human beings won't stop fucking. And we have so many people and so many mouths to feed. And we waste so much shit. Okay? So yes, the grain-fed, the industry is a fucking mess. But if you're eating better food and you're exercising, you're not going to have problems. I'm not saying that you should eat red meat every fucking day. You can get wild fish. You can eat high quality chicken if you can get it. You can order it online. Don't act all helpless. Where do I find this food? You go online, you type into Google in 3 seconds, you'll see 100 places that you can get it shipped to your fucking door. You can find high quality food. Don't forget your vegetables. I'm not telling you to suck down tons of fucking red meat and go carnivore or vegan. Eat your vegetables. That's right. Get your fiber in. Get your quality protein, get your high quality fats, get your fiber, and eat consistent. Eat consistently. Eat consistently. Everyone's trying to eat everything under the sun. You're going from salty to sweet and this and the other. That's stoking your addiction. That's stoking your addiction. Your body isn't programmed well to handle all these different flavors. So when you go to a buffet or you go, essentially the supermarket is a buffet. It's a buffet of uncooked food. And of course, there's a cooked food section. But it's essentially a buffet because you can order and get and buy whatever you want. So you get all sorts of different foods, and then you're never full because your body just gets stimulated by one flavor and a different flavor and different texture. This one crunches, this one squishes, this one's salty, this one's sweet, this one's bitter, this one's this one's that, this is sour. So you go back and forth, and you're never satisfied. There are complicated triggers inside your body that have never evolved to handle a wide variety of food all the time, which is why we don't feel full quick enough when we're eating all these different foods. We overeat when we're getting salty and sweet all the time. It's not natural. Our bodies can't handle it. So then we think by handling it, we'll just restrict the calories. However, we're not eating the right foods. We're not eating enough fats. We're not eating the best foods. So when we restrict calories, we're just hungry and we have these cravings because we're not fixing the root problem of eating better food. So it starts with the quality of food. And right after that, it follows up with stop fucking eating. Close your mouth. Close your fat fucking mouth. And a lot of you listening are fat. I understand. I understand a lot of you are fat. Okay, fat's subjective. It's subjective how fat you are. I'm not defining fat as like being X amount of pounds or X amount of belly size. You know if you're fucking fat. If you think you're fat, then you're fat. And then a lot of times if you don't think you're fat, you might still be fat. Okay, so let's use the term. However you want to think of fat, close your fucking mouth. Stop eating. If you have trouble with it, get some help. It's killing you. Your food is killing you. Your food is literally killing you. And the disguise is that it doesn't happen today. If I gave you a Snickers bar and I said, if you eat this, you're going to die, how many of you would take a bite? I don't think you'll take a bite of a Snickers bar if you knew you were going to take a bite and die. It's like literally eating poison. You would not eat it. You would not eat it. However, if you know, if I eat this, I might get diabetes. I might get diabetes in 30, 40 years, and people just pound it because they don't have that instant impact. There's no real tangible threat. There's no threat right up in your face. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. Where can we get help? There are tons of online coaches. There are things in your area, wellness centers, my site, Swolenormous X, a good community. But the point is, in lieu of all this bullshit with the whole Brittany Dawn thing and people getting fucked out of their money, you need to understand these concepts first. So there's a lot of help out there, and the internet has a wealth of help. Now, the reason why I say all this is because if you understand the foundations to your approach, if you understand where your help should come from, it's got to come from you. You have to help yourself. Okay, I have programs, I have yoga classes, I have nutrition content, I have all this stuff inside Swolenormous X. It's all there. If you sign up for my shit and don't do a damn thing, you're not going to get results. So you have to help yourself. You have to help yourself. And I see one of the comments on Instagram, you get help through your doctor. Unfortunately, you fucking don't. I agree, like you say, coaches, gyms, therapy. Yeah, the doctor is probably the last place you get help. The doctor is where you go to get help when it's too late, or you broke your arm. That's when you go to the doctor. You have some bacterial infection, right? You go to the doctor and you might have to go through a course of antibiotics, unfortunately, which destroys your fucking gut. But it starts before. You have to stop managing your illnesses and going to the source. So if you understand that it has to do with the food first, and you're and you're looking for a fitness coach at your local gym or online, and you're following content, and someone's pushing, no, but if you just eat the macros, and they're saying, well, you can have a treat here, you can have a snack, you can have a cheat meal, probably not the coach for you, because they're already giving you outs. They're giving you the ability to cheat. You don't deserve a cheat meal. You shouldn't have a cheat meal in your schedule. You should eradicate the concept of cheating. Okay? I'm not even a big fan of rewards. Okay? I don't like any of those terms, because you're not a dog. You don't deserve a treat. You need to build discipline. You need to build discipline, and you build discipline by fucking doing shit you don't want to do. And no one likes that. No one likes to hear that, because we like our 8th place trophies. The other night, I went out with a couple friends and I went to Topgolf. Drop in the comments if you've been to Topgolf before. I've been 2 or 3 times. If you haven't been, it's the driving range where you have these little sensors, and it's fun, right? You go and you hit and you get points and stuff, and it's pretty much golf. It's golf for people that suck at fucking golf. It's golf for people, and I thought about this in a funny way, that it's pretty much the place to go for 8th place trophies. You suck at golf, so you don't play real golf. You go here because, if you suck, there's a little hole right there, and you can still get points, and you could still play if you go for that short one. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, this is a fucking pussy golf course. This is for whiny bitches that don't actually put in effort to learn the sport and learn the activity. They want to go and still make points because they're terrible. Like, you fuck up and you hit it like shit, but it still bounces in a hole. It's like, God damn, you're still getting points? Like, that shot sucked. It's rewarding you. No, I understand it's fun. I get it. But when you think about it this way, it's like part of that programming, right? It's rewarding you for sucking. You miss the fucking ball and it still bounces into the hole, or you hit it like shit and it fucking goes in. But just think about that. You get points like, oh, well, I suck, but it's still good. Cool, it went in. Yay. And I understand it's for entertainment, but it's that mentality of getting rewarded for not accomplishing anything. Like, you're bad. You were bad at that and you still got points. It's not real life. And I know people go there for entertainment. So I know I'm not trying to be Johnny Raincloud, like, don't have any fun, everything sucks. But think about that, how it works, right? In life, you don't get any pats on the back for sucking. If you suck at your job, you get fired. If you suck at basketball, you're not going to make the cut. If you suck at lifting and you never go and you slack on your workouts, you're not going to get results. If you suck at your nutrition and you don't practice, you don't put in the effort, you're going to gain weight, or you're going to lose weight, or you're going to lose muscle, or you're going to feel like shit, or you're going to have gut issues. If you're anything, if you're not good enough and you don't put the effort in, you're going to suck at everything, no matter what it is. If you don't put work into it, how many of you are married or have a long-term relationship? You tell me. Does that come without any effort? No. If you don't put effort into your relationship, you're going to have a shitty fucking relationship and it's not going to last. It's the same thing. You have to put effort into everything. You have to put effort into everything. It's up to you. You have to put in. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. You get as a result of what you put in. I don't deserve to have you watch me. I don't deserve to have you watch my podcast. I don't deserve to have you listen and watch my videos. This is happening because I consistently put out content that's of value to you every fucking day. That's the only reason. I've earned it. Okay, but I don't deserve it. If I stop and I start sucking at producing the content and this show starts to suck, guess what happens? You're not going to watch it. You're not going to tell your friends. You're not going to like. You're not going to share. You're not going to comment. You're not going to be here anymore if it sucks. It won't grow if it sucks. And then I have to make the decision, am I just not being patient enough, or do I just suck at doing all this stuff? Okay? And most people quit before they find out. Most people stop because they don't get instant gratification. They don't see the results. Oh, they didn't get a pat on their back. Oh, no one's kissing the little boo-boos. No one's fucking stroking their taint. Oh, no one put an arm around you. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be all right. Snap the fuck out of it. All right? Snap the fuck out of it. You're a grown-ass adult. fucking step up. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. Where am I going to find the motivation? I just don't know how to do it. And yes, I'm using that fucking voice because it's fun. And it makes anyone that says stuff like that sound like a huge fucking pussy. Oh, but I don't want to. It's so hard. Well, how do I find the motivation? Help me, please. Fuck you and help yourself. Fuck you. Do you have any idea how little I want to help anyone that says that shit? I'll be respectful. And if you ever ask me that and you're hearing this right now, I don't hate you. But holy shit, what a fucking sad thing to ask. I just can't find the motivation. Look in the mirror. Look down like we talked about yesterday. Can you see your dick? No? There's your motivation. If you can't see your fucking cock, there's your motivation. If you can't see your pussy, there's your motivation. If you're out of breath when you tie your fucking shoe, first off, you shouldn't be wearing fucking shoes. That's a whole other conversation. That's your motivation. That's your inspiration. That's the fire under your ass. Do you have kids? I have people messaging me. Get ready for this shit. I have people messaging me with 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, whatever. And I know they're busy. They have 1 job or 2 job or single parent. And I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying you don't have time. But holy fuck, do you need a bigger reason to eat healthy? Do you need a bigger reason? Do you need a better reason than your children? What motivation, what inspiration can I give you besides you're going to fucking die from what you're doing to your body and your kids are going to be orphans? What am I going to add to that? What else can I add? If you have children and you like your kids, let alone love them, let alone want them to survive in the wild, we forget that planet Earth is the wild. We don't live in the jungle necessarily, but this is the fucking wild. What do you think happens to your kids if you're not there? They go somewhere else. Someone else looks after them, and who knows what the fuck is going to happen. Yeah, this is the wild. This is the wild. Why do you think things aren't a fucking rainbow fuckfest? You don't see unicorns running around jerking off on each other. It's the wild. It just looks different. It's a concrete wild. Some of you actually live in the woods. I grew up in the woods. I understand. I know what it looks like. It's there. We forget, those of you that live in like busier cities and highly trafficked areas. It's the wilderness. It's just the world in which we live. Like, where do you want to get this inspiration from? I like calling it inspiration more than motivation. And because I'm a big fan of language, and people use language very loosely. People throw on that word motivation. They've raped the fuck out of that word. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Motivation. I just hate the sound of it. I hate the sound of it because everyone asks, how do I find motivation? You know what? Fuck motivation. Get some inspiration. How about that shit? Forget the motivation part. If you're asking that question, that word means jack shit. You're never going to have that. Whatever you think that is, never going to have it. Go for some inspiration. Like for a lot of you, your inspiration is lying in your children's beds. You know, your inspiration is your partner. Your inspiration is your life. If you don't find inspiration in, I want to live healthier longer, what the fuck else can I add to that? What am I going to say? Oh, well, at least you're going to have abs and you're going to be a valuable person and girls are going to like you. Ooh, now I'm inspired to train. How can living longer, healthier, how can that not be the ultimate inspiration to end all inspirations? Seriously, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous what people, pussies, men and women, all of you fucking pussy ass bitches. I'll say it because you can't say it. I love the fucking truth. I love when it cuts hard. Fuck you. Can't handle it, go somewhere else. I'm not going to stroke your ego. I don't care if you're upset. I don't care if this episode makes you sad. Oh, he was mean to me. Well, you got to fucking look at yourself in the mirror and stop bullshitting yourself. You're dying. You're dying. You're dying slowly. We're all dying slowly, but you're dying a lot faster than I am. I hope. Hey, by the way, we're on this rock together. None of us know jack shit about anything. Who knows what the fuck's going on? Maybe we all do this and a comet hits us in 3 days and none of this really matters. But On the off chance that happens, I'm going to do the best that I can in the meantime. And for everything that we know, making better food choices, closing your fucking mouth, going without food all the time because you do not need food all the time. You are designed to go without, which is why you're not starving when you missed a meal. You're perfectly fine. You're just used to shoving your fat fucking mouth. So your brain tells you, oh, isn't it time to eat? No, it's not. Oh, okay. If you keep on doing that and you stop eating all the time, your body is not going to send you those hunger signals all the time because it knows, oh, he's not eating. So why would I send a hunger signal that's not going to get answered? But if your body is used to getting food every 2 fucking hours in a snack or a meal, you're going to feel hungry every 2 hours on the dot. And I know this because when I first started bulking, I was eating literally with a timer every 2 hours, and I would feel a hunger pang literally on cue within 4 minutes of that timer going off. I'd be like, ooh, I feel a little hungry. I'd look down and it was counting down from 4 minutes. I remember this moment vividly. I looked down at like my little G-Shock and it was like 3:58, 3:57. I'm like, holy shit, that's ridiculous. Because for a while I was just doing 2 hours. I would finish my last bite and I would start the timer, go back to work because I worked at a coffee shop. This is the summer after freshman year. And literally on the dot, at one time, it was like within 2 minutes, I wouldn't even think about food. And all of a sudden I'd be like, I feel a little hungry. And I would look down and it was literally time to eat, according to what I programmed my body and my brain to respond to. It's your training. You're training your body, which is why it's a practice. All right. The problem is you don't learn this stuff. You're not taught this stuff. You're fed garbage food from when you're a kid all the way up to when you're an adult. You don't know any different. Your parents probably fed you junk food. You went to school and you ate junk food in school. You got older and you went to fast food and at work. You just never, ever get this information. Why? Because people are making billions and trillions of dollars off you not having this information. It's not profitable to industries that make trillions of dollars off you being sick. Nothing is designed. Only now it's starting to sprout up. Functional medicine, integrative health. Only now that is starting to become less of a fringe industry and becoming more mainstream because of social media and the exchange of information. So you're going to see a lot more of that. And the reason why this podcast is such a great platform for myself and for all of you is because these little cells like myself and many other podcasts are saying similar stuff. All the books out there, all the doctors, all the people that are talking loudly about this type of stuff is where it's going to grow. It's you telling your friends and your friends, telling their friends and spreading the word. And my community here, relative to the world is extremely small, Swolenormous X. Then you have something else over here and then you have something else, but all these little cells with the same mindset. I mean, you don't like my programming. You don't want to do Swolenormous X. Then do something else, but do something. Like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? But do it the right way. Approach it the right way. Don't just assume that doing a pre-structured diet and all this, if any kind of nutrition or training program doesn't start with mobility, functional movement, stabilization, mental approach, what you're eating first, if you start anything that goes a different direction and already starts you with like full workouts and already starts you with a diet plan as if that fucking person knows what you should be eating, run like fucking hell. Run so fast because it's such a shot in the dark that it's going to work for you. And if anything, maybe, hopefully, if in worst case scenario, hopefully it doesn't work for you. But a lot of times it could even harm you, especially if you're eating something that you might have an allergic reaction to. You might be doing a training program that you don't know is overtraining certain body parts and wearing you down and could eventually hurt you. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. There's a lot of hucksters out there. Anyone that tells you that they fucking know what they're talking about, that they know everything, anyone that talks as if or speaks on every fucking topic, just let them go on their way. Ignore them, run. No one knows everything. There's so much stuff that I don't know. And most people don't know a lot of things. Think about what you know. Think about what you know. Anything. Just pick a number, right? I know 12 things, for an example, right? Well, guess what? Guess how many things there are to know in the world that we're aware of as a society, as a world. Probably 100,000 trillion things to know, maybe more. And you know 12. I mean, and not to mention, we're learning half of this shit with nutrition. We're just scratching the surface with genetics. We're just getting this more mainstream where you can test these fucking things out. We're learning a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff we have a lot of mastery with, of course. I mean, there's no mystery why we have cell phones. Obviously, we know shit. We understand things. However, we're learning a lot of stuff that's about the bio-individuality of the body and things like genetics. We're learning a lot of things. So keep an open mind. Understand that the fundamental approach to your nutrition and your training is the number one thing, because I don't care where if you're not focusing on that area first, you're literally setting yourself up for disaster, if not in the short term, in the long term. So it's extremely dangerous, and I want you to avoid those pitfalls. Take a couple comments I see most recently. Aaron, I'm the healthiest I've ever been at 42 since joining this community and listening to the knowledge cock. You're welcome, man. Slap, slap. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love my functional health specialist. She's amazing. Great. Good shit. Tips for building boulder shoulders. Train them fucking hard. A lot of volume. Shoulders need volume. Side raises are great, but, you know, it's also a smaller waist and proper nutrition can give you that look of wider shoulders. A lot of that's an optical illusion in many cases. Hi, you're awesome. Would you consider dating a vegan? I wouldn't consider dating anyone. I'm taken. Sorry. Adam Penman, 99. And no, I wouldn't fucking date a vegan. Jesus Christ. You kidding me? Holy shit. I'm not that crazy. I'm out of my fucking mind, but a vegan? Right? If she would make me bacon and beef, she can't be averse to cooking a lot of shit that's going to be not vegan. I think that would end pretty quickly. Let's see. Hey, Papa, quick question. What are your opinions on ordering grass-fed beef online? Recommend it. Go check it out. Google it. Check out reviews. See what works best for you. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of big name companies, and there's some smaller ones. A lot of good shit. And Chala or something I can't see. How long have you been growing your beard and hair? I've had long hair for a while. My beard a few years. I've had facial hair for a long time, but I grew it out a couple years ago. TRX, the realist on what's needed to improve yourself and make yourself better. So just listen to Papa and stop being a bunch of bitches. Yeah, stop being a bunch of... Yeah. Listen to TRX Racer. You hear that? Stop being a bunch of bitches. Fucking bitches. Guys, too. All y'all bitches. All y'all bitches listening to the Daily Swole. All you podcast peeps. Y'all a bunch of bitches. All right. I'm just kidding. I deleted most of the people I follow. What's another big step to getting rid of negativity? Your circle. Who you surround yourself with. That's a big problem when it comes to your nutrition, because a lot of you have a spouse or a significant other or family that doesn't eat healthy. You got to bring people into your circle that are healthy. And that's the beauty of the internet. Some of you are living the sticks and you don't have people that eat healthy. You live in the South, somewhere where they deep fry fucking shoe leather and eat it. You need to surround yourself with a community of people that support you, that will give you ideas, that will give you help, that will be there when you need it. Because if you don't have it in person, you got to get it somewhere. And you can absolutely have an amazing community online, which is what we have as a Swolenormous community here. And those of you that are Swolenormous X members, we have that community. It's absolutely possible, especially if you have the right intention, you're doing shit for the right reasons. So positivity is contagious. It's important. But you need to be approaching your fitness for the right reasons and with the right perspective, and everyone has to be on board. What's your name, Papa Swolio? How do you get over the fear of going to the gym solo? Well, yeah, I mean, if you drive, you take a bus, whatever you got to do to go there, and then you walk in. How do you get over the fear? What's your fear for? Because you're embarrassed about not knowing what to do. If you don't know what to do at the gym, I recommend that you do a sample session or hire a trainer for a day and your reputable trainer at your gym to show you the exercise and to learn. You can start some kind of online program that will give you something to map out if it's like I'm worrying about what to do properly. But it's always good to have someone in person, especially when you're getting started, even if you have an online program or something that you got from anywhere, whether it's my programming, I have all the instructional videos and the assisting, but it's always good to have someone there in person to look, because you can't always do the exercise properly if you're twisting your neck and breaking your neck to look in the mirror. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to minimize your fear, like, oh, just stop being a pussy and fucking walk in. I mean, honestly, that's literally just remove the emotion, remove the frills, remove like everything around what you asked, and literally just go. Like, you walk in. But like I said, I mean, you can also, a lot of gyms will offer sample personal training sessions, and you can learn some stuff. You can learn some shit. No one cares about you. No one cares about you. Not in like in a rude way, but no one cares what you're fucking doing. Everyone's worried about their own shit. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. And they go back to doing their own shit, and they're a miserable person for thinking that. That's it. That's it. You can do it, man. Let's see here. Why the fuck can I see that? Hand raised from North Carolina. That's why I love my gym fam. Hell yeah. Daddy is his name. Ha. Don't compare your chap. Let's say, cheers, Papa. All right, let's see on Facebook. Yesterday's Swole was fire. Today's is even better, dropping nukes. Thanks, Casey. Hi, I don't eat 20 hours and I have 4 hours window that you only eat for 4 hours. Wow. I have very nice trainings and empty stomach. I feel great. I don't like training on a full stomach. I actually tend to like to eat a sweet potato first, to be honest. I like having a sweet potato and then I let it digest a little bit and then I go to the gym. I love it. You know, and part of me, sometimes I'll work out. If I work out first thing in the morning, if I get up and I go at 5 or 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m., I'm not going to wake up at 4 and eat or 5 o'clock and eat. I'll just wake up and go. But if it's later on in the day, I tend to like to have a little something. And I just find for me, but here's the thing, it's practice. I have found over a long time in trial and error that I will have a better workout if I eat a sweet potato first and then I go work out. I just like that. That works for me. I have great workouts. I feel great. I feel pumped. I don't get dizzy. I don't feel nauseous. Can I explain that? Would I recommend that to you? I don't think I would. I don't recommend it. Can you try it? Sure. I'm not your real daddy. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to slap it out of your fucking hand. However, how do you know if you like it or not unless you try it? How do you know? That's right, Casey. I mean, it's fine. You don't have to eat. Yeah, I love sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. A lot of people have issues with potatoes, nightshades, regular potatoes. Sweet potatoes are better. I like them a lot better than most people do. Sweet potatoes are great. They don't need anything on them. You throw them, they're so fucking simple. You brush them off in the water, right? And then you put them in the oven at 400 for like an hour. You could do 10 at a time, and then they're done. That's it, and they're done. You know, you don't burn the fuck out of them, and you eat the skin. Hell yeah, you eat the fucking skin. How many grams of sweet potato do you recommend as a pre-workout? I have no fucking idea. I don't weigh my sweet potatoes. Try it. Try having one. It's not a pre-workout. It's not going to be like, whoa, I have sweet potato. I have sweet potato coursing through my fucking body. I just had a sweet potato that I'm fucking pumped up. You know, it's not like it's a fucking steroid. It's not caffeinated. Just try it. How many grams? I don't even know where the fuck to begin. I have no idea. Start off with a little bit, see how it goes, and then adjust from there. Literally, isn't it interesting? Like the amount of just try it. Try it. Let me tell you, I'm not eating it when I walk in the gym. I'll eat it maybe half an hour later, and it's not a massive one necessarily, but you have to adjust it. Some people, I knew a dude once, we worked out a couple times, and I remember he was walking into the gym eating a sandwich. Like, we're opening the door, and he was like finishing a Subway, of all things, a Subway, so it's not really a sandwich. I mean, it's bad enough to eat a sandwich. He was eating it. He was finishing it up and throwing out the wrapper, like there's a garbage can right outside the door. And I'm like, bro, what was that? Was that a sub? And he's like, yeah. You eat right before the gym? I would throw the fuck up. He goes, oh, I feel fine. Okay. Holy shit. Eating a sandwich, walking into the gym. Can you explain the point of these pre-workout powders and shakes? Well, they make a shitload of money on them. They make a shitload of fucking money. That's the point. No, there are some supplements out there. There are supplements that work. There are supplements that benefit. Now, a supplement is something in addition to whole food. So things like collagen's a great supplement. A lot of these things are just parts of real food that they extract and they dehydrate and they put in a powder form. The problem with all these things is that a lot of times there's heavy metals, there's inflammatory ingredients, there's artificial flavorings, there's fillers, there's random shit, sawdust. There's a lot of stuff. Sometimes in certain brands, they've actually tested and found like 50% of what they said on the outside was on the inside. They're not mixed properly. So my recommendation, if you're going to go after actual ingredients, you're going to look like a drug dealer because you're going to buy the raw ingredients, get a micro scale and weigh it out. And actually you will know, okay, I'm getting this amount of grams of this fucking ingredient. It's going to taste like shit. It's going to be bitter. It's going to be sour. It's going to taste like fuck. However, you'll know you're getting a white powder. You're not really going to know if it's, unless you have a reputable brand, unless you're a scientist and you're going to measure it and test it. But then you'll know exactly what you're getting per, what you're consuming. But it's not going to mix necessarily well. It's going to taste like shit. And most people want it to taste like blue electric raz anal fisting. And it's like, that's not supposed to taste like that. If you ever tried raw supplements, like the actual ingredients, citrulline malate or beta alanine, if you actually are BCAAs, you want to know what fucking chemical asshole tastes like, try having essential amino acids or BCAAs that are just pure. Tastes like fucking dog chemical shit. So when you get something that tastes really sweet and really tart and this tastes like Sour Patch Kids, they're putting so much fucking stuff in there. So much. If you had any idea how bad that stuff tasted plain, it will gross you out to how much they put in once you taste it, and it tastes super sweet like it's a freaking fruit roll up. It's bad. They put so much stuff in there. Love from India. Ever been here? No, I have not. My gym is next door to Subway. I see trainers bringing it in for lunch. Of course, because every trainer knows exactly what they're doing. There are such high standards to be a personal trainer in this country. Such high standards to work at a gym. Such high standards to help people move their body under high loads and duress that have never done it before, that have severe movement compensations and health risks. It's such a high standard, high bar we set in this country. Fucking crazy. Hey, Swole, do you still have the link about the protein powders? No, Google it. Yo, Google it. You'll find that in 2 fucking seconds. PubMed, yo. You'll find that in 2 seconds. Just Google it. Gougelet. Blue electric raz anal fisting. I'll tell you what. I know I rack on supplements, but I always told you, I said, look, if I create something that I like, if I can speak for and I do it myself, I thought about that. I was like, you know what? What if I just made my own? I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to sell out. I'm going to fucking make something amazing. And I'll tell you what, if I ever do that, and if I ever get your full support to do that, I will call the first flavor. I'll call it. It won't have any flavoring in it, but I'll call it Blue Electric Raz Anal Fisting. That's what I will call it. That's gonna be the name of the brand. No one's gonna carry it. Like, we can't put that on the shelf, but Shopify is gonna be like, I'll buy it. All right, I'll put you down. I'll put you down for a case, Bill. Put you down for a case of Blue Electric Raz Anal Fisting. You'll get the first one, Bill. I'll give you you'll get the first. It'll come in a container that'll look like a fist. Like from Borat, it'll just be like in a fist container. All right, is this too much? Actually, I have a dentist appointment, and I got to make some sick fucking gains. So everyone, let's do it. All right, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Anyway, start a GoFundMe. Oh, it sounds spicy. Oh God, it's actually it'll be the first pre-workout that is an anal suppository. It's taken intra-anally. It absorbs. You just put just bunk right in there. It's like a little suppository that's shaped like a fist, and it just absorbs. I wonder if that's actually possible. You get your creatine that way. Anyway, all right. So that's when you know the episode is over. So anyway, brand new YouTube video. Go check it out. Brand new Driving While Gaining. It's a good one. I hope you enjoyed all the latest content. There's more videos coming tomorrow. Some new updates on new things. Always, always, always. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate all your patience and all the stuff that's going on. I am really... and let me actually put this here just in case a lot of you listen and you also message me. Let me make it clear. I get... especially lately, because my content is blowing up right now, as a lot of you probably noticed. A lot of things, YouTube subscribers, like it took me 3 years to get to 10,000, and like in like three fucking days, it's like at 16. It's like almost 60% more in like a couple days, and I am getting comments and emails and messages everywhere, which is great. Not complaining. It's awesome. Welcome to everyone that's new. However, those of you that are messaging me on my Facebook page, those of you that are DMing me, those of you, like, I am getting so many. So I go to there and I see like it's like a few days old. I just, you know, I'm gonna have to bring some people on board to help sift through some of the stuff. So we'll talk more about that, because I have some things I want to offer up to the community for those of you that might be interested in getting more involved with the Swolenormous brand. I'll be talking more about that. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow if any of you are interested in getting more involved, because it's getting to the point where I have so much content I want to create, and I have so much stuff that I'm looking to give and to offer and to take this, but it's getting to that breaking point where one man, as swole as he is, just can't cut it, because if I break, the whole thing fucking breaks. And it's getting to the point where I don't want you to think that I'm not paying attention. And the reason why this is the real deal, and the reason why this is all the real deal, is because if you send me a message and it takes a couple days, it's because I'm literally going through everyone's fucking message one at a time and answering. So that's why it takes a while. That's why it's taken a while. So if you message me and I haven't gotten back to you, even if I never get back to you, just so you know, if you message me and I never respond, it's because I fucked up and I didn't see it. Maybe it got caught in some kind of spam thing. Maybe I accidentally swiped and it disappeared, because some of these, like my Facebook, my Messenger app that I send out the message for the Daily Swole Club, that's done on the computer. So sometimes I might fuck up a setting. I'm not a tech wizard. I just do what I can. So if I don't answer you, it's not on purpose. If I don't answer you, it's not on purpose. So the reason why it takes me a while sometimes to get to messages is because I personally answer every fucking message. So I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but I just want you to let you know I appreciate that you bear with me, and I'll get to all of you as soon as I can. So it's also much better to DM me on Instagram. It's just easier to answer on Instagram. It's faster. So those of you that hit me up on other platforms, I mean, YouTube, I don't even know if you could send personal messages on YouTube. YouTube's not really like a community oriented platform from like a user standpoint. Like, it's hard to communicate, it's hard to answer messages. So Instagram is by far the best. So if you message me there, I'll get to it probably faster. But thank you so much, everyone, for the support, for sharing, for tagging, for all this stuff. And brand new video again on YouTube. If you're not yet subscribed, go subscribe. New ones coming tomorrow, and lots of new Driving While Gainings. If you come across some stupid fucking shit online and you want me to rage about it, or you think I might find it interesting, feel free to send it my way, and we'll keep on rocking. So love you all, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 1013 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, Slaycast, and Taintcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out. Later, fam. Peace.